Hi, everybody.
Hey.
This is the first episode. Welcome to our first episode
Yep.
of the Inner Wider Screen podcast. My name is Caesar.
I'm Martha.
I feel nervous. Are you nervous?
I'm very nervous. This is our first time doing this.
We've had this in the works now for...
going on like 2-3
It's been like
months
way
now.
longer than it needed to be.
Yeah, way too long.
Because I remember texting you. I was like, we should just start this podcast. And then I thought it'd be easy to just get everything to set up.
You know, actually, I originally thought of doing like, because you had started that YouTube channel in high school.
Oh my God, yeah.
And that's when you started with your movie reviews. And I thought I should be a part of this. But I also didn't want to like ask and be like, hey, can I be a part of this? And you're like, I guess.
I mean, if you would have asked, I probably would have stuck with it because I gave up after like 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. So that was my like original thought of like getting this started. So this has technically been in the works since high school, which was, God, how many years ago now?
Well, we graduated
2018.
So it's been like almost 3 years. Yeah.
Yikes. Okay, so this has been in the works for 3 years.
Yeah,
okay.
And speaking of high school, I mean, we could talk about how we met for those
we first
who
met. Okay.
are like, why are these two randos doing a podcast? Well, we're not randos. We've been friends now
since our sophomore year of high school.
You sure? No, it's junior.
Junior?
Yeah. Sophomore. I don't want to talk about my sophomore year.
It was junior year. Yeah, it was junior year. And we were in English class together.
Yeah.
And then you DM'd me on Instagram and was like, hey, I have a question about like this one paper. And I was like, who is this? I'm like, I've never seen you in my life.
Because I remember like just sitting there in the corner by myself in that class, like I did throughout all high school, honestly. And then I was like, I recognize her. Maybe she knows what to do. Because I think I was genuinely confused about some paper we had to do.
Yeah.
And then you were like, I don't know how you responded.
Yeah, I was
like, just like, get out of here. Weirdo.
I was like, I don't know who you are. Stop talking to me. and then we had a mutual friend.
Yeah.
Brianna.
Brianna, if you're listening, what's up?
Yeah, what up, Brianna? She's gonna be your number one fan. But she was like, oh yeah, I know this kid. And then I was like, well, he's my best friend. So get out.
In reality, I didn't know either of them at the time.
Yeah.
But they just mutually decided they're gonna fight for my affection.
Yeah.
And I needed friends, so I was like, okay.
That's how it's gonna go. And we've been best friends ever since.
And we had our ups and downs like all best friends do.
We wanted to murder him every day.
Yeah.
But I get through it one step at a time.
Yeah, exactly. And basically, I think our friendship just came closer too because you had a newspaper class and I was in the video class, but they were taught by the same teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Shout out to Mr. Cerna.
And then, I don't know how, but we eventually just started... I would bring up maybe movie stuff and you'd be like, I watched that too.
And eventually we realized we
both like it.
Yeah.
And we both like watching them and talking about them. So we kind of just stuck through that. We eventually started going to movies together. We saw some good ones, probably some bad ones too.
We've seen a lot of bad ones.
Actually, we have seen a lot of bad ones.
A lot of bad ones.
Especially like when there was a period in time where I was working at a movie theater, so I had free tickets. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to see everything.
There was a point before the pandemic that we were at the movie theater literally every week.
Yeah.
And I miss that so much.
Me too. I mean, I've slowly started to go back, but it's definitely not as frequently as
I've only seen before. One movie. That was
with me?
With you, yeah.
That was for your first time since COVID?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I've been now... I don't know if I'm going to count the drive-in as one. Maybe.
Yeah.
So that's one. And then the first one I really saw was Tenet, and I saw it with my girlfriend Marie, who's here.
Hey, Marie.
Hi. And then I've seen 3 more this year. So I mean, not too much, but it's nice.
It's definitely something I've been missing. So I'm glad that we're slowly starting to get to go back.
Definitely. I mean, even I just saw on the news that that Godzilla versus Kong movie came out, and it made like in its first 5 days like almost $50 million.
Yeah.
And they were saying like, wow, like the movies are back. I'm like, I really hope so.
Yeah, because it's always nice to see the industry do well because
definitely. I mean,
makes us happy. So
that's why like I've wanted to try to go to when I can. It's just like anything helps, especially these theaters. Like they make all their money through food and stuff, which I never buy food at the theater. It's like ridiculous amounts of money, but if it helps, I mean, do anything we can. So I also just wanted to touch lightly on why we started this show. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you and I kind of talk about movies here and there.
We do this on the daily anyway. If we see a movie, we'll usually end up like talking on the phone and being like, okay, these are our thoughts on it.
Yeah.
So we thought, why don't we just record it?
We're just record it and put it out there, especially like you were saying, like I tried a YouTube channel like a few years ago, and then even I don't know. I tried talking about movies before and stuff, but it would always get to a point where like it'd get repetitive or I'd get uncomfortable or something. So I thought this just, you know, what better way to express my thoughts on movies than with my friend here.
Yeah.
So I think this is the way that I think both of us would be comfortable with.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I guess whoever was listening, I guess kind of have a community of others people.
Yeah, let's have a nice friendly community of like 3 listeners.
So no mean comments, please. I mean,
yeah, we're soft. Please don't hurt us.
Please. So
and also we disclaimed at the very beginning, we are 2 idiots who know nothing about movies.
Oh,
but we're still talking about movies.
I meant to say that at the top of the show too, because that's a very important. Yeah. Like if you're listening to this and you're like, why do they think that way?
Yeah,
that's why. So
we know nothing. We have no qualifications. No. I personally have not taken any sort of film class. No. This is you have.
I took like a semester, maybe 2 of film class, and
so a semester or 2's worth of film
knowledge, education.
So not enough. No. So we apologize in advance, but we did warn you. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So speaking of how, if any of you watched our trailer, thank you very much. But we mentioned on the episode that this first episode is going to be over our top 10 favorite movies.
Just to get our vibes.
Just to get our vibes, our taste in movies. Like, there's no better way, I think, to really understand what kind of things we like and why we like them and things like that. So once you hear our list, if you're like, why did they like that? Once again.
We mentioned it, judging us severely because there are some questionable choices.
I mean, we like to say here that this is a judgment-free zone, but I feel like each of us are going to judge each other very heavily.
Judge because this is also. I mean, we've talked about our favorite movies in the past, but we've never given each other a definitive list of our favorite movies. Yeah. So this is the first time we're hearing like, each other's countdown.
List. Yeah, neither of us have heard each other's list before, so I have no idea what you put on your list. When I first told you to do this list, I was like, I don't know if you're going to take this seriously, or this is going to be a joke list, or it's going to be suddenly a bunch of like arty films that I had no idea you watched or liked. So I'm very... very curious as to what
this will be fun. It'll be a fun little mix.
So you ready to start the list then?
Yeah, let's get started.
All right. I think we should start with our honorable mentions, just movies that are also some of our favorites but didn't quite make that top 10. So do you want to go first?
Yeah. So our honorable mentions for me. Okay, so when making this list, I was having trouble with like franchises and like series of movies and having to pick the best one. So I just left those out entirely and I figured I would add them into the honorable mentions.
I was curious what you were going to do with that because I know like, let's say for example, you have a favorite Star Wars movie, but you love all the Star Wars. So it's like, do I just put them all in one or just pick your favorite?
Yeah,
so you just took them out entirely.
That was my problem. Yeah, so I even wrote,
that's fine.
I have my movies that are a little bit more my favorite for some of these. Okay. So for example, Harry Potter. I am such a huge fan of Harry Potter. I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to that. So when it comes to most of the, I'm a huge nerd when it comes to most of these. Harry Potter being one of them. I would have to say Prisoner of Azkaban is my favorite out of all of them. I've heard that. I think like from like a directorial standpoint, I think it's done really well. Yeah. So that one's my favorite out of that one.
I need to rewatch that series because I've seen all the, doing an definitely. I mean, I've seen all the movies. From my first time watching them, I would say Deathly Hallows Part 2 is my favorite. I could
probably act them all out for you right now. But we'll save that for now.
We can save that for never, but anyway.
Okay, so Harry Potter is that first one. Twilight. I understand that they're bad. I know it.
I don't know why, Marie, you're shaking your head over there.
I know that they're so bad, but I can't get enough of them, and I can watch them 1,000 times.
All of them?
All of them. All of them. New Moon is my favorite. But
okay,
it's good. It's good.
I have to say, because Marie showed them to me about a year, like literally beginning of COVID, you showed them all to me. I will say the only one that I didn't hate all that much was the last one.
The last one,
Breaking Dawn Part 2, because of that end scene where they're fighting and then there's the twist.
Yeah,
I thought it was really cool.
I saw all the movies in theaters when they were like coming out. Yeah. So and also reading the books, and so going to see it and seeing the last one, I freaked out.
Did you see them with like packed crowds?
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Me and my brother, we were like, we're doing this. We're watching them.
I don't know how being in that crowd would be like, but
no judgment. It was incredible. A life-changing experience.
Listen, I do get the appeal of the movies, especially if you grew up with them and reading the books and stuff. Yeah. But
they're good memories associated with.
They're good memories, but they're not good movies.
They're not good movies. They're horrible.
Okay, as long as you can be objective. About
I can honestly say that they're very bad.
Okay.
But I love them anyway. So that's my next honorable mention.
Okay, we'll deal with that.
And then my other ones are Star Wars. I can't choose a favorite one out of those. I love them so much. I can choose ones that I least like, but I can't choose my favorite.
Your favorites. Yeah. We can say least for like another. Another time.
And then all of the MCU.
The entire thing.
The entire thing. Infinity War is probably one of my favorites. I think.
Yeah,
that one's
a good one.
That one's a high one. So for my last one, I was really torn on whether or not I should add this to like my top 10, but ultimately I figured this deserves more of an honorable mention, and I'm really excited about this one. And we better do a whole episode on this one.
Oh God, I'm scared.
Lemonade Mouth.
Okay, listen. I'm not mad about that.
It's so good. It's so good.
Because for two reasons. One, Maria also showed this movie to me, and I genuinely really liked it. I will say that, especially for a Disney Channel movie, it's like very good.
It's so good. It's so good, and we're doing a whole episode on it because it deserves a whole episode.
I'm sure. It does.
I have lots.
There's honestly, I think there is a lot in that you can talk about. Like,
there's
especially,
so
I mean, I remember just watching and thinking like, wow, literally, they gave every character something.
They really did, and like not like base level things.
Right.
Like it's like, oh, I'm
like
the
moody,
team,
like moody
or,
teenager, kind of whatever. It wasn't really like that.
No, like they had genuine things to like, deal with. So that is my honorable mentions list.
Okay.
So that's my deal, and I'm sticking to
I was gonna say also, I'm just very happy I didn't make your top 10 because I really thought it was gonna be like top 5.
I was really debating on it. I was like, it could be, it really could be, but
hey, it's honorable mention for a reason. So. Okay, so you mostly picked your sequels and not sequels, like franchises.
Yeah, franchises and things like that.
I kind of did that as well, but I also, like, if I had a favorite, I picked a favorite, like, in that franchise. So, okay. My first honorable mention is Infinity War. Actually, that's my favorite Marvel movie. Nice. Like, I remember, because I was working at the theater, we got to see it a few days early, and we were all just, like, shocked when everyone started,
spoilers?
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen Infinity War by this point, sorry, but what do they call that?
The snap.
Yeah, after the snap, when they started to like disintegrating and stuff. There's a word for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you know what I'm talking about. If you've seen the movie, and yeah, that one was just really crazy. The fact that they were able to handle everyone in that movie so well, and then it was like the first time I saw it, and it's like what they let the villain win. Like it was just so. Even though you knew like Endgame was gonna come out and.
And it sounds weird to say that because it's like just like, oh, it's a superhero movie, but it honestly was like so much of it was groundbreaking, being able to hold so many storylines within it, and then on top of that, like you said, letting the villain win, like
it was just crazy.
It was a lot of firsts, and I think it was done really well.
Yeah, definitely. A Star is Born, which I don't know if you've seen. A Star is Born.
My mom tried to get me to watch it so many times, and after a certain point, I think it was just me being like, no, I don't want to watch it.
We're watching it because
but I will eventually have to watch it.
I've seen it a few times now and I love it. It's like, very emotional for me to watch. So that's on there. It was funny when you brought up when we were testing earlier. You said something about Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is also in my honorable mentions. I loved this when I was a kid. Like I can't.
Yeah.
It's this might be my favorite comedy. It's 21 Jump Street.
That's a good one.
That movie I can watch. I think I've honestly seen that more than anything. Like ever. Like I've seen like 10 times. I like can memorize the whole thing. I think it's so funny.
It is.
22 is really good too, but 21's like I think that's peak. Toy Story 3. I think that was the first movie I saw in the theater and cried. I cried twice.
Yeah, how many are there at this point?
There's 4 now.
4 now? Okay, so the fourth one I think is I took my niece to the theater and I'm not gonna lie, kind of got a little teary-eyed, which is hard for me because
in the last one too? The fourth one?
Yeah. And I think the third one too, because it's your childhood, and then you're like grown up now, but it's also like, ow.
Yeah. No, definitely the third one. Yeah.
Tears. Too much to talk about.
Another franchise movie. I actually, kind of scared to say this because I think when people talk about this franchise, it's not one of the more controversial ones, but it's like, this is your favorite one. The Force Awakens is my favorite Star Wars movie.
I can see that. I get it.
I think it was just because I remember I had never been more hyped to see a movie when it came out ever. Like, I had a countdown, I had a calendar, and I was counting down the weeks.
I remember because you also missed my birthday to watch it.
No, that was Rogue One.
Oh, no, not Rogue One.
It was Rogue One. I didn't meet you before that.
Oh.
I remember it was Rogue One.
Okay.
Yeah. I forgot that. Do you want to tell that story real quick about how I missed your birthday?
I don't even remember what birthday it was. And I just know, like, I was like, oh, you know, I wanted to do just like a fun little thing with my friends to celebrate my birth. And he was like, listen, I ordered these tickets way in advance and these are more important. So he didn't come to my birthday. And I'll never live it down. I'm never going to forget it.
Listen. In my defense, we weren't as close at the time. Like, we were friends. Yeah, that's true. We were good friends, but I wouldn't say we're not as where close. We are now. So I didn't think, like, me not being there would make a difference. Like, I was just like, I'm gonna go see Star Wars.
It hurt my feelings. I mean,
I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. It's fine. I honestly, I don't remember what birthday it was. I don't remember what I did for that day.
Was it like at your house or something?
I have no idea. I genuinely don't remember. But I just remember that you missed it.
That's the only. I feel like the thing you remember most is that I missed it.
So you weren't there, and that hurt.
Maybe if I was there, you would have remembered it.
Yeah, probably not.
No, it was pretty useless to you at the time. Yeah. Okay, but anyways, just Force Awakens. Yeah. I just remember being so hyped to see it, and like, it gave me everything I wanted. I will say this too. I'm not like a diehard Star Wars fan. I like Star Wars a lot, but I'm pretty casual. Like, I'm not into the lore and everything.
Oh, you don't mean you don't have a lightsaber in the corner of your room like me? You can't see it, but it's there.
No, actually, I just got rid of mine. Actually, but Star Wars is good, and Force Awakens is like my favorite, so that always will have a place in my heart. I saw this again a few months ago, another kid movie, or not kid movie, but a movie I saw as a kid that made me cry. Up.
That's a good one.
Like, I know those first like 5 minutes is like probably the most emotional. It's all like no dialogue, but it's so. But the whole movie is so good. Like, it's not just
a very good movie.
Okay, maybe the beginning's the peak, but it's not like the rest like just drops off. Like, it's so good all the way through. It keeps up
throughout the whole movie. I agree.
It's so good. Baby Driver, which, you know, has two actors in there that don't really.
Yeah. So so that's a thing that we're gonna have to discuss eventually.
I mean, I'm able to watch movies with people and still, I guess, because maybe, I don't know if it's because I'm able to separate it. And I don't know if that's because I saw it before that all came out, or I don't know. I've never usually had an issue with that. But still, I remember being so surprised when I saw it in the theater, like just the way the editing, the music was used. It was just so much fun to watch.
Absolutely. I agree.
I don't know why I keep closing my phone when all my notes are here. I'm so sorry. Nightcrawler. Have you seen Nightcrawler? It's with Jake Gyllenhaal.
And I've always meant to, because it's like everyone always talks about how great it is.
Like, so tense, and it's just weird because like he does a lot of morally questionable things, but it's like you also are on his side, even though when you know what he's doing is wrong. But it's like, I don't know, it's just so strange, but it's like really tense, and yeah, it's really good. And then my final honorable mention, which also is a little controversial because of the cast, American Beauty.
Okay.
I also too. I feel like that's one that I can't really describe why I like it so much.
I can't. But describe why you like it either.
You didn't really care for it, right?
I didn't like it. I was not a fan of it. It was. I don't even think I could pinpoint exactly why I don't like it. I think it was too many ambiguous things going on that maybe I just didn't click with. Yeah. I wasn't a fan.
No, I mean, I get it. And, I mean, I definitely think I appreciated it more the more I watched it, but I don't know. I guess the thing that stuck with me was just, what I took from it was just like, you have all this life in front of you, just appreciate it. I don't know. And I just stuck with me for that, even though, I mean, I don't want to say his name, but his character, the lead character, has some striking similarities, I guess, to what came out about him after.
And you know what? I think that might also be an issue with it, is that I watched it after he had that whole thing happen.
All after it came out, yeah.
So, and I think knowing that, I wasn't able to separate it.
Yeah.
And it made me too uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, it's hard. It's for sure. Yeah.
So I think that might have also been.
No, I get that for sure. But yeah, those are my honorable mentions. Almost made the cut, but did not. So
almost quite, but not
not enough. So you ready to get in the list? So
let's do it.
We're just gonna do one person, then one person. So you're gonna do your 10, my 10, 9, 9, so forth. Okay. So Martha, what is your number 10?
My number 10 is The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's okay.
I'm surprised now that you bring it up. I'm surprised it's that low.
No, because it's still top 10.
No, yeah, but I thought, but I would think for you it'd be like higher.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was hard to rank all these because these are just like collective favorites that I've never had to rank. So it was very difficult decisions being made while doing these.
Yeah.
So, but Devil Wears Prada is my number 10. It's okay. So
I like the movie. I do.
It's such a good movie. I've watched it so many times. And first of all, Meryl Streep.
Oh, she's great.
She's incredible.
Yeah.
I love her.
I need to see more of her movies because everything she's in is like, she kills it.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I know she's like icon, legend, all that stuff. So it's just like, but in that, she's great.
Never fails to disappoint. So wait. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no, I think you said it right.
I don't think I said that right. So yeah, it's so good. I really, really tried to not so much relate, but in my eyes, Andy, wait, was that her name?
Right? Anne Hathaway? Is that her name?
Anne Hathaway's character. I don't remember her name. Andy might have been the boyfriend. I don't remember. But
or are you thinking about Andy Mack?
No.
We're not going
to talk about my kid show addiction.
Okay.
Okay, so it's the storyline is what like I love so much about it because I used to think like that was gonna be me because I've always wanted to be a journalist, and she's a journalist.
Yeah. And
the storyline was just very like, yep, that's me. That's gonna be me.
Yeah.
So that's what I always imagined, and I think that's why like movies stuck with me for so long, and I really enjoy it.
So I don't know why I didn't think of this, but I can imagine that a lot of journalism movies are going to be in this list. And
actually, no, I had it originally, and I had to cut them out because I figured I was like, maybe not.
Oh, okay.
Because honorable mentions too are I'm going to add then All the President's Men and Shattered Glass. Great movies.
Oh, you told me to watch Shattered Glass, and I still have not seen it.
And Hayden Christensen, who plays
Anakin
Skywalker, is in it. So.
I still need, and I'm actually like really interested to see him come back for that Obi-Wan.
Oh,
series.
I'm so excited about that. I love the prequels, and don't say anything.
I haven't finished them.
Yeah, you haven't, but you need to. It's so good.
I'm a little scared.
They get better as they go along. Maybe like
one
skip
and two,
through the first one. We don't want to talk about Phantom Menace. Let's not talk about anything with Jar Jar in it. Just skip it.
I don't really have a fond memory of that one.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. But like Revenge of the Sith. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that one I've heard good things about.
So good.
I definitely, I'll catch up for sure. Yeah. But you said All the President's Men was the other one.
All the President's Men.
That one I still need to see.
Okay, really good.
Cool, definitely. And then Devil Wears Prada.
Devil Wears Prada is my number 10.
I like that movie. I mean, I honestly haven't seen it in like 5 years or so, but yeah, I really liked all the characters in it. Honestly, like Stanley Tucci is really good in that. Like I don't even remember his name, but it was. And then I didn't know Emily Blunt was in it either, but I like her.
Yeah, there's so many good actors in it, and also so many iconic lines like that only come from Meryl's mouth.
Like what? Give me some.
By all means, move at a glacial pace. I can't even say
so
it.
So iconic that I can't even remember word for word.
No, okay, because she says it, she delivers it so well that I could never.
No one could ever like get it out the same way she does.
It's incredible. Right. It's so good.
No. Yeah, no, she's great in it, and
yeah, we love Meryl Streep.
Definitely. All right, my number 10 is. Oh yeah. If you guys hear like background noise,
I would just cut this part out.
Oh, okay. Just cut them.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right. So my number 10 is actually my favorite horror movie. It's the only horror movie on this list. It's Scream.
Nice.
Okay. Let me think when it happened when I first saw it. I was like 10 or 11, and then I don't know. My sister was at some friend's house, so we had to go pick them up, and then the parents just ended up talking to the parents. I was like, okay, let me go see what they're doing. They were watching Scream. They forced me to watch it with them, and I'm like covering my eyes the whole time. I was like so freaked, and I don't know if it was because obviously it's not like based in reality, but I guess in my mind at the time I was like, what if some dude just puts on a suit and like starts, I don't
know. Yeah, that's called murder. It happens every day.
Well, murder, yes, it's based but I guess in the way in the movie, you know,
cinematic murder.
Yeah, so I already like stuck with me back then, and then after that, I just watched all the movies, and I was like, these are great. And now, this is still my favorite, just because not only is it like really scary, but it's like really funny at the same time. It's just it makes fun of how horror movies are, but it's also really good its own horror movie. Yeah, you know.
I love Scream. I was looking because I have a movie poster, but I moved it to another room of Scream because my friend gave it to me. I'm so jealous. I love it. I love Scream. I think that's such a good classic. Like it's not like one of like the 80s classics, but like it's like
it's a 90s classic.
It's a 90s classic, yeah, and that makes it special. It's so iconic. Like all the characters and like everything about it, the whole storyline, like the twist at the end, like everything about it is so good.
Yeah, I love the way they do that, and I like all the other ones too. I mean, they're not as good, but the first one I like them all. And then I'm looking forward to the 5th one. They believe it comes out in January of next year.
That should be fun.
But I'm very looking forward to that. So that is my number 10, and I meant to say I will say Scream is streaming on HBO Max. For those who haven't seen it, and then while you're talking about your no one, I'll check where Devil Wears Prada is streaming.
Yeah, I have no idea where that one's streaming.
Okay, so I didn't write those down. No, it's fine. What's your number? I didn't say. Wow, what's your number 9?
So my number 9 is 13 Going on 30.
Oh my god.
It's a rom-com. And now let me explain something. I am not the biggest fan of rom-coms. I never have been, and my mom hates me for it. But yeah, it's so good. I love 13 Going on 30. I love the premise of the movie. Like the whole like it's very like fun.
Oh yeah.
It's like a 90s classic. Like it's so lovable. And the one thing with like rom-coms is like it's like, oh, these relationships are just like, oh, whatever. I can't stand them. But this one, it's the relationship between
Jennifer Garner
and Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, it's sweet.
It's so sweet. It's so adorable. I love them. It's so good. Also, the soundtrack, incredible. Vienna by Billy Joel. Oh my god, it's so good.
I see you, Maria, have been shaking your head of approval this entire time. It's awesome. And she showed me this movie too during. I keep mixing up COVID and quarantine. I'm like COVID routine. Yes. During COVID. And yeah, I really liked it too. I thought it was like
it's so good. Also, because of the movie, my whole family is like very big on the candy Razzles now. I don't know if you remember. It's like the introduction of the movie where she's walking home with Matt, and then they do the whole arrivederci and so they're eating Razzles, and it's like it's not only a candy, but it's a gum too, and like that was like their thing. Yeah. My whole family loves this movie.
That's so cool.
Including my brothers, like my brothers, my parents. Yeah. We all love Razzles, and we always get them. So I'm.
And it all started from your love of this movie.
It all started because of 13.
Did you watch this when you were younger for the first time?
Or was I've been watching this movie since I was very young.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was.
No, it's a really good one. I really enjoy this one.
It's constantly playing in my house.
Definitely. I was gonna say real quick. It says that Devil Wears Prada streaming on the Roku channel. I don't know if that's true or not, but you can check there. And 13 Going on 30 is on HBO Max as well. So if you haven't seen, I actually I'm not a big rom-com person, but that's one of the few that like really I've checked out that like I actually really like. So yeah, I get it being on the list for sure. So definitely, it's a good one. My number 9 is Boyhood. Have you seen Boyhood?
No, but you have been telling me you've been telling me to watch it for a long time. Okay,
I will say it's not for everyone because, for example, I showed it to my sister and she was like, okay, like. She was like all emotional by the end of it. It's a long movie. It's like almost 3 hours. And okay, what I will say if you're not familiar with it is that basically it just takes place over 12 years of this boy's life, but they shot it in real time with the actors.
Yeah.
So like they found all these actors and they started shooting with them like in 2002 and they shot with them every single year until like 2014.
I've always thought that was really interesting to do.
And it's not, I mean, people that don't like it may disagree. I don't think it's just like a gimmick like, oh, it's cool just because of that. Like, I think it's really like, it feels more human because of it. Like, you're seeing not only the characters grow, but the actors too. Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. I think it's just really.
That's always a nice touch to add.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to mention that later on.
And there was a lot of,
like a definitely different storyline, but continue.
Yeah. And I don't know. I saw a lot of parallels like in that story with like my childhood growing up and stuff. So it really stuck with me. Yeah. But I know it's not for everyone. I know. So, if you do want to check it out, it's on the Criterion channel. I don't have that Criterion, but I know people love that. So
never even heard of that.
Yeah. Boyhood, number 9. It's a good one.
All right. Okay. My number 8 is Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, shit.
Which I know. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, okay, fine, whatever. I know that it's not like the best movie ever, but I went through a really big Audrey Hepburn phase for most of my life. Like in like a good portion of my life, I was just obsessed with her. How did that start? I think it was our friend Brianna. Her mom would always talk about Audrey Hepburn, and she was always like, "Oh, I love her," and then Brianna had like a poster of her, and I always thought she was so pretty, and like I wanted to be her.
Yeah.
And then I started watching all her movies, and I saw them all like within like the span of a month, and I was like,
you like binge watch her entire?
I like binge watched all of her movies, everyone that I could find, and I just like I was like I wanted to be her. She just was very like poised, and she was always so incredible, but also very like down to earth.
Yeah.
Person. So I've always like was obsessed with her, and the whole thing with this movie is Breakfast at Tiffany's is like it's a good movie, but it's a sad movie. It's a really sad movie. And
I watched very kind of like quirky.
It seems quirky, but like the message of the movie is like this lady is like she's going to do everything she can to like get farther. But who she actually is just it's really sad. And I watch this movie when I'm sad to get more sad.
And so you just like most people will just try to find something that's gonna
like
make
a comfort movie. No, this one makes me more sad, and I'm like, okay. Bring it on. I'll take it. So that's Breakfast at Tiffany's for me. Although I will say, it's uncomfortable to watch the blatant racism in it. I will say that much.
That's the first thing that came into my mind when you mentioned that, because I've started it maybe twice, and I'm not going to say this is the reason. Honestly, I didn't stop it just because of this. I was honestly getting bored. I will give it another try. But that whole
Mickey Rooney
playing an Asian character and playing very obvious stereotypes.
It was just, very bad. Yeah.
Honestly, it was an uncomfortable thing to watch.
It's uncomfortable to watch. So that is the one thing that I will say about Breakfast at Tiffany's that is not my favorite, is that there is a lot of racism in it. It is a 1961 movie, but still, it's not acceptable.
I just don't get how that would be funny at the time either.
So that's the only thing that's like hard to watch about it.
But the other 99% of the movie, you're like on board with.
But the other part of the movie, it's...
okay, it's cool. All right, I'll keep that in mind for sure.
So yeah.
All right, so that's your number 8?
That is my number 8.
Okay, cool. My number 8... oh, God. I feel like people, when I say this, are going to think I'm joking, but I swear I am telling like 100%. I'm being excited. 100% sincere. My number 8 is Shrek. I love Shrek.
I love it.
It's my favorite animated movie. I grew up with it, and I loved it as a kid. Like, I always thought it was so funny, but it somehow got even better when I watched it when I was older. Like,
it genuinely
you catch so many more jokes and references, and it's funny, and it has heart, and
it's a good movie, and let me tell you why. My mom, who doesn't like movies, which she's crazy, but she doesn't like movies. She's just like, she'll watch it, but she won't she won't gain anything from it. Like she'll just like look at the screen, but she sees nothing going on.
Okay, I think
Shrek is a movie that if you put on, she will sit there, she will laugh, she will enjoy it to the very end. And that's how you know it's a good movie.
That's how you know it's good. Like,
Shrek is incredible.
Because okay, I mean, a lot of the memes are funny, but I was also worried. I was like, oh no, is this going to be a meme movie like the B movie or something, which is like clearly like on a different level?
Oh, that needs to be on my honorable mentions too, the B movie.
Is that a joke? Please tell me you're joking.
It's so quotable. Me and my brother quote it like on the daily, the B movie.
That whole B movie meme phase in high school was like, I could not.
It wasn't a phase, Mom.
I mean, there was like a whole, like literally like 2 or 3 months where like every meme was like...
It was just the meme.
You like jams?
Yeah, and I don't know if it was because like it was just like the group we were in at the time.
I think it was the whole...
Or was it like
the
whole thing?
I think the group we were in made it amplified it.
Yeah.
Right, but I think it was like all over the internet for sure.
Definitely.
But the Shrek thing, I'm telling you, Shrek is genuinely really good. If you have not seen Shrek, I mean...
It's incredible.
It's so. I mean, I will say the second one is really good.
We talked about this.
We were talking about this the other day. A lot of people, I think you, Marie, too, included, think the second one, like you like the second one more. Yeah. Or are you not? You don't know. You don't know. Yeah. Well, I've heard from a lot of people that like the second one more than the first, and I like the second one, but I don't get it why. Like I think the first one's a third one. With Merlin, like the wizard and stuff.
I really love that one too. Actually, it is really funny. Okay,
I need to watch that one.
I think out of all three, the first one is definitely the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not here to say if you like the second one more, you're wrong. Yeah. But you are. I mean, I'm sorry. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, the first one's just yeah. Yeah. So that is my number 8, and it is streaming on Hulu. So if you somehow have not seen Shrek, please.
Definitely. Somehow.
I honestly think out of every movie on my list, that's the one that like I think everyone will like.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone has seen it. Everyone will like it. All right. So my number 7 is It.
The new one?
The new one, yeah.
Okay, good. Cause
not the like made for TV series.
Cause you showed me the older one, and I did like it for the most part.
It's enjoyable, but this newer one is good.
I think the new one's way better.
Yeah, it's my comfort movie.
That's your comfort movie?
I wish I could explain why, but watching it just brings me so much joy and comfort, and like I laugh while I'm watching it because it's like the best of both worlds. Because I love scary. I love horror. Mm-hmm. You know this. I have skeletons all over my room.
You literally have skeletons in your closet. Like literally,
literally, yes, yeah. And so the horror aspect is like I love it. The comedy aspect, it just makes it so much better. It's the best.
Those kids are so funny.
Yeah. They really are. Yeah. That's another thing. The acting from these kids is incredible.
Really it's so good.
I think it's so good. I love it. And also a fun little story about that one. I saw it in theaters with my brother.
Oh, is your brother? Is he
Danny? He is terrified of clowns. He hates them, and I made him watch it with me in theater, and it was the best experience of my life.
Do you think that added to it being?
It definitely added to it because he was screaming in the theater. He was like, "Oh my god, no, I can't do it!" And it was incredible. Such a fun experience. That's so cool. So sorry, Danny, if you're watching this.
I remember like when it came out being like really excited to see it too, and I saw it by myself in the theater. But I also remember being like honestly like the trailers were honestly like really like freaky. Like, oh my god, this movie's gonna be so scary.
You showed it to me.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Have you seen the trailer yet?" And I was like, "No." I had seen the original one, and I was like, "I didn't know they were making a remake." And and we saw it, and we kept laughing about it because of that last part. Because then we started looking at like meme videos about it.
Yeah, I remember one of the trailers was that scene where
he like comes out of the
water. He's like yeah. And like there were like people posting comments like me when. I don't know what, but
yeah, it was
a lot of stupid comments, but they were so funny. And then like we're like in high school, like supposed to be doing work, and we're just sitting there laughing at a computer.
We never
for like
did work.
No, but yeah, and then I saw it. And, I mean, it wasn't scary like I thought it was gonna be, but it was still like really good.
But it was really good.
It's not. So I think if you watch it, not thinking it's gonna be scary, you'll still get a lot out of it. I think
it's really.
Did you like the second one?
I did. I think a lot of people didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it. It was long.
It did feel long.
It was definitely long.
We saw it in theaters together.
Casting was...
Oh, the casting was perfect.
It was absolutely perfect. Like, they looked exactly like the kids. Like, that was
And I would say they acted, like, pretty similarly.
And they acted really well with it. Yeah, it was just... I think they did a good job with the second one. First one is my favorite.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But that's a good one.
I think is on HBO Max. Yeah, it's on HBO Max.
Oh, there we go.
So
yeah, it's on HBO Max. So check it out there. Yeah, that one's
Bill Skarsgård. We love him.
We all float down here. Okay, my number 7. This was actually before I like really got into movies. Like when I was younger, this was my favorite for like so many years, and now it's number 7. But still, it's here. That's The Dark Knight. That's my favorite. Yeah, my favorite superhero movie. I would say like. Even though it's not really like as like crazy action packed as like Avengers, it still has a lot of action. It's still really good. And like the Joker was always like a character I really liked. And like Heath Ledger's like so good. Yeah,
no, I definitely agree there.
Honestly, probably like my favorite like performance in a movie. Like I remember being a kid and being like I would be like a little bit scared when he popped up. He's like so good, and
it's incredible acting from his part. Yeah,
and I like Christian Bale a lot too as Batman, and like
I think they both did really good with it. I'm more of a Marvel girl than a DC girl, but I will say that one is probably one of the best ones to come out of DC.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
But yeah.
Definitely.
I liked it. I enjoyed that one.
That's so good. Yeah, I love it. It's so good. So that is my number
7.
HBO Max as well. There's a lot of HBO. If y'all are not subscribed to HBO Max, I got a lot of good movies on there.
Do you think they'll sponsor us?
Oh yeah, why am I saying it like
if we start
I wish. Oh my gosh. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
if you're listening,
fingers crossed.
Maybe they're our third listener on this episode or something.
That's there the third one.
Anyways, yeah, HBO. That's The Dark Knight. That's my favorite superhero movie, and I love it. So
good one. All right. So
are we on 6?
Yeah, we're on 6 now.
Okay.
So my number 6 is Pitch Perfect.
Oh, jeez.
I know, but it's I can watch this movie. I can watch it 1,000 times, and it never fails to make me laugh. Like
it's really funny.
Laugh out loud. There is very hardly I can't think of another movie besides Shrek that I could sit there and just laugh out loud the entire time. I think the jokes are so funny. They land really well. The first one is the best.
I have not seen the other one.
Let's not talk about the third one. Don't watch the third one. Don't do it. The second one's good.
Have you seen 2 or 3?
I've seen all 3 of them. I mean, the first one's the best one.
Best one? Okay.
It's the best one. It is. It's a classic. It's so iconic. There's so many funny lines from it. It's just, oh my god, it's so good. I wanted so badly to be Becca, the main character, because she was like too cool for school.
Oh yeah.
And I am not too cool for school, but I wanted so badly to be her.
I can see you trying to be Andrew Kendrick and not.
And the cast is so incredible. I mean,
no, the other
Skylar Astin and Ben Platt. I love them. Benny, I love him. I love him so much.
I think he does mostly like theater, right?
Yeah, he's.
But I know, like, that movie, isn't he, like, in Dear Evan Hansen?
Dear Evan
Hansen. And they're doing a movie on it, and I think
they're making a Dear Evan Hansen movie?
Yeah.
You're lying. Oh my god, I'm freaking out. Oh my god, how did I not know about this?
I'll look it up, and I'm pretty sure he's playing, like, the same, like, role. I'll double check.
I will literally die. I love Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah, it's coming out this year in September. And it's the same director as Perks of Being a Wallflower.
I'm gonna cry. Oh my god, I'm so happy.
And Ben Platt's playing, Evan Hansen again. And it has Julianne Moore, Amy Adams.
Wait, is what's her name?
Her.
No. Okay, then it's not her. Okay. Well, they changed that character, but that's fine.
This is a really good cast, actually.
I'm so excited. Wow.
See,
how did I not know about this?
You being so excited makes me excited because I don't I've heard of the musical.
I could see
I've never seen it. But no, I'm
do you want me to perform it?
No, okay. No, thanks.
All right, it's fine.
We can wait till that comes out if you want to.
Please
do anything close to that. There you go, guys. Your live reaction to.
Wow, I'm so excited. How did I not know about this?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. It's your birthday, but that was a good present for me. Which, by the way, I don't know if we mentioned.
We did not mention.
It's his birthday today. He's sharing the birthday with the podcast. So
I'm legal now.
Legal now. Yes.
We didn't tell y'all what's in these mugs, but
straight vodka.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. It's water. Anyway.
Okay. So Pitch Perfect. I love it. It's so good.
Yeah. Another one. Okay. Technically, I had seen it before, but you showed it to me again, and yeah, it was really funny. Fat Amy. There could have been a lot wrong with that character, but
there's so much wrong with it.
But they nailed it though.
But they nail it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't stand Rebel Wilson in anything else.
Yeah, I think she's really good. Actually, no, there's this one she's in. Isn't It Romantic?
I never saw it.
She's actually good in that.
It didn't look good. I didn't.
It's basically just like making fun of rom-coms.
Okay, well then maybe I'll have to watch it.
But she's not bad in that one, I will say. But then there was another movie I saw. It was called How to Be Single.
Yeah.
And I could not stand her in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Rebel Wilson though. This ain't about her. It's her movie. It's perfect and it's a good one. And that one's your number what?
My number 6.
Number 6. Okay.
Pitch Perfect, which is on HBO Max.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I got mad because I bought it for us to watch, and then a week later it was on HBO. I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me. Oh my god. Good. Another HBO one, huh?
I guess
I guess our whole list is just. I swear we didn't look through what they had and just picked out of there. I promise.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or that Walmart bin of movies.
I'm like, You could find some real hidden gems in
Hey,
there.
we found one the other day.
Oh yeah, when we went to Walmart last time, it was like the $5 DVD binge. We're just going through there, just like whatever.
I found some good ones. I found How to Train Your Dragon, which I bought because I'll get to that.
I love that movie, but yeah, she like just pulled it out and like squealed like a little child.
And then we also found Secret Life of Pets, which is it's incredible.
I'll just say we'll save that for a future episode.
Yeah, there's a whole story behind that, so we'll get to that.
There's some context behind that. We're not gonna get to right now, but anyways, yeah. I mean, Walmart. If you want some good stuff, go to Walmart and go to HBO. That's pretty much our message.
Walmart and HBO, yeah.
Okay, my number 6 is Whiplash.
Oh,
I showed this one to you, I think, and you liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I liked it.
Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how do you think? What did you think of it?
I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
I love it. I think it's so good, and I just thought like he just seeing him like how far he was willing to take himself to like to the point where he like loses himself. Obviously, it's not like an inspiring thing. It's like it's terrible what happened to him and his teacher. Yeah, J.K. Simmons is really scary, but it's like
he's a great actor.
He's so good. It's just like, yeah,
I think it's a very powerful.
Yeah. Movie. Oh, that ending is like it's you because it's like I don't want to spoil it, but it's like. Yeah, I lost my word. It's just so good.
It's like you can't put it into words.
No, but yeah, just seeing like how their dynamic, Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons, like they're just I guess kind of not a power struggle, but like seeing him gain more confidence, and then you're kind of wondering, well, is his methods as a teacher like the right thing? Because obviously he's doing something very wrong, but it's working.
Yeah,
like with him, and it's like I don't know, it's a lot of moral question in there, I think. But I think it's so
that's the best movies is having you question like morally.
Yeah.
Should I be supporting this character?
Right.
Like,
I mean, I don't think
choices.
I don't think you're ever.
You know.
I mean, I don't think you're ever
in question of like
supporting him.
Yeah.
But just like maybe like there's a scene where he like kind of defends his methods, and you're kind of like, it's kind of hard to argue against that. But even though you know what he did was, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah. But that is Whiplash. I'm terrible with countdowns.
Number 6.
Thank you. 6, really?
Yes.
Like I thought we were like at 3. Okay, that's on that one's on Stars. So check that out if you have Stars. I don't have Stars, but
all right. So then on to my number
top 5.
We're in the top 5 now. Wow, it's like 2 hours later.
Yeah. I was really worried that like we would go through this so fast and we'd be done in like 10 minutes.
Oh, I worried about the opposite. I figured we would be here for 5 hours.
It's looking more like that right now, but
We'll cut out. We'll cut out some.
No. We're fine. We're fine.
Okay, so my number 5, it is Baby Driver. Actually.
Oh, I made your top 10. That I will say real quick. I was wondering if we would match.
Yeah, anything, I was wondering too.
But so I guess technically it's not really. I mean, kind of half match. Okay,
match.
But go ahead. Why is Baby Driver there?
Okay, it's so pleasing to watch. So I've always made the argument of if you're gonna do like an action movie or have like some sort of action sequence, it needs to be good. And in order for it to be good, it needs to have like certain aspects to it. Mm-hmm. One, I think you need to be able to clearly see what is happening because that happens so often in action movies, and it just makes me so upset
when the camera's going like this,
and it's like all over the place.
You can't see anything.
You can't see what's happening, and what is the point of it?
What that tells me is like you're trying to hide. How bad your action is.
Exactly. So I want clear for one thing, and then 2, a step above. You don't have to do this, but if you did this, it is incredible.
What's that?
And that is adding music to your fight sequence and syncing it up.
Dude, I think I'm telling you, when I saw the movie, I literally just started imagining like all this. I would listen to the songs on my phone and just be like, how can I match this up?
There were like a good solid like 5 months where we just listened nonstop to the soundtrack of Baby Driver.
Did. We were listening to it like a long time.
It was forever because it was so good. The music choices were so incredible. Yeah.
Because like the one thing I kind of learned how to do like in school and stuff was editing. So I feel like when I saw this, that was like the first thing that stuck out was just how everything was synced to not even just the action, but even just simple little movements, like even just putting down a cup or something was
the whole scene. I really enjoyed that whole scene about where he's like walking through the street and the song is playing and the words are playing across the screen.
I didn't even notice that the first time. And I felt so dumb.
Like Edgar Wright did such a good job with it, and he also did Scott Pilgrim, which is another really great movie. I love that movie. It's not on my list, but
that's a really good
I do love it.
Yeah.
I think he just did a really good job with it. Again, Kevin Spacey, it's hard, and it's what we're now, so that's a little hard. But Lily James,
yeah, she's good.
We love her. She's awesome.
Yeah, the whole I like Jamie Foxx a lot. Who else is in this? I forgot. Jon Hamm. Jamie Foxx.
I can't think of her name.
Oh, Isa Gonzalez is her name.
There you go.
I remember her. But
it's
no, it's so good.
So good. It's so pretty to watch.
Yeah, very aesthetically like
the driving scenes, like everything. It's so good.
It's somewhat honestly like one of the most like entertaining movies.
It's very entertaining to watch. So you can sit it there and just genuinely enjoy it. Yeah, it's so good.
No, I'm really glad it's on your list. I hated not putting it on mine, but it was like I'm glad it's on yours. It's so good. Oh, and that one it's on FX now. So there you have it. Yeah. That was your number 5?
Number 5.
Okay. My number 4 is... Oh, wait, no. You were on 5, so it's my... Yeah, I was about to say, I skipped it. Oh, you're going to love that this one's on here. I feel like it might be on your list, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
No, it's not on mine, but I wanted to, but I figured it would be on yours. I knew it was gonna be on yours, and that's why I think that's partially why I didn't put it on mine.
Because you knew I would talk about it.
Because I knew you were gonna talk about it.
I love this movie, man. Because I didn't see it till like the very end of my senior year in high school, and it was like I think honestly that was like my perfect.
And I lent you the book too.
You did,
yeah. Did you ever read it, or did you?
I did read it.
Okay.
No, I finished it in like a day. It was like I love the book.
Yeah.
But I saw the movie like towards the end of my senior year, and it was like the perfect time.
It was
based on everything that was happening at the time. And then the more I would watch it, like after that, it was just I connected more with like with Charlie and everything. Like not everything that Charlie was going through, but like a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was like really a sweet movie, and like I'm usually not into like high school movies like that, but this one just feels different. It's not
some like cheesy thing. Like there's
cheesy parts in it.
They do a lot of like, oh, let's do teenager things, but they do it. But you also see how the character grows from it, and like how it's not like a lot of times you see teen movies where like they're doing it, but it's also like, should teenagers be doing that? And like how like the way that they're doing it just doesn't seem.
But this one, I think everything makes sense, and I also like it's in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
I like that a lot because I feel like if it was modern, it would have been like, oh my god, Instagram, like all these jokes that it would have like ruined it. And I like how it's set, and especially the really music in it is it's so good. Like the David Bowie song with Heroes, right?
Yeah.
I mean that's the Tunnel song. That's like a huge part of the movie.
And,
yeah.
I want to learn the living room dance.
Oh my god.
Come on, Eileen.
Oh, yes. Oh my god, that's so good. I forgot about that scene. That's like one of my favorites.
It's so good.
Was it Homecoming or something?
Yeah.
Or some dance.
Yeah.
The way like he just like gets up and like actually tries to like
I know.
Start.
It's just so it's so good. The acting is incredible. Logan Lerman did such a good job. Like, Emma Watson.
And Ezra Miller, thank you. Yeah. So Paul Rudd. Can't forget him.
Paul Rudd.
He's like I really liked him as the teacher.
He did a really good job as it, which is
because if you think about it, he was the first person that like connected with
Charlie and delivers that great line that we did.
We accept the love that we think we deserve.
Yeah, that's a really good one. So yeah, that's a really good movie.
Yeah, I love that one.
I'm glad that you mentioned that one. I knew you would, so that's why I didn't.
Okay, good. That one's on Showtime. It was on Netflix, but they just moved to Showtime. I don't know why, but contracts, I guess.
Contracts. All right, so on to number 4.
Yeah.
My number 4, which
just making sure we're still recording. Okay, good.
We already mentioned this.
Oh, we did
just
now.
A little bit earlier.
Oh god.
How to Train Your Dragon.
I didn't think it was gonna make the list.
Oh, it absolutely will make the
list. That
list
explains the reaction.
That explains
when we found the movie.
I love that movie so much.
I mean, I had no problem with it.
I could go on forever about how much I love the movie, and like not only the first one, but the second and third one.
They're all really good.
They're all so good. Yeah. The first one's my favorite.
I think the second one,
but by a short margin.
I think. I will say, I think the second one comes pretty close to the first one, and I think the third, I would say, is my least favorite. But it still like ends the trilogy like really well.
I mentioned earlier, I don't cry very often during movies. Yeah. I will sob watching those movies.
All of them, yeah.
It's so good. It's just like it's incredible to see the detail in the. I'm a huge fan of animation. You know that.
Oh yeah, it looks great.
I think the animation like just by itself is good, but I think the attention to details is what really sets it over the top. And you see it in progressing like from the first movie to the second one to the third one, and you see how they age and you see how the characters develop. And a lot of times with kids movies, you see it where it tends to back up, and it's like every lesson that they learned in the first one out the window. We don't care anymore because we have a new problem, and we're not.
It's kind of like they have to relearn to do it again, and it's like, didn't you learn to do that the first time?
Exactly.
But this feels more like a natural progression.
They learn from their mistakes. They grow. You see them grow.
Yeah.
All of the characters, and I think that's so incredible to see in kids movies. I think that's just what makes it so good. I could talk forever about how much I love this movie.
It's so
How to Train Your Dragon. Also, dragons are really cool.
I honestly, like, I remember all the creature stuff, like with the dragons was like so
How to
cool.
Train Your Dragon, the first one, I had to watch it. Oh, I have it now.
Well, you have the DVD now, but it's on Amazon Prime.
It's on Amazon Prime now?
Apparently.
Bought it for nothing.
I mean, with this website I'm using, I mean, it's pretty reliable with this kind of stuff. But if it's not on there, I'm sorry. But
if not, you can just borrow my DVD.
Right. Yeah. We'll ship it out to you.
Ship it out to you.
It'd be like a. Do they still do that? Like any kind of like ship
Redbox, how they used to do it. You had to like order the movies.
Like order it online, they'll ship it to you. I think Netflix still does it. Like they have a plan where you can do that.
I didn't know that.
But like
that's cool.
Like things like Blockbuster, that's gone. That makes me so upset because I really like remember thinking to myself, if Blockbuster was open, I'd be working there. Like
absolutely.
Like what other place would I work at
if there was like that like 90s movie trope where we like worked in the movie.
Yeah, but that would have been me. I would have been the trope, and I would have like been so happy to do it.
But... Yeah, I'm thinking like Scream.
Literally,
I was just like Empire Records.
I was just thinking about. I saw Empire Records like last year. I liked it.
It's a really good
movie.
It's
very good. But yeah.
So that's my number 4, How to Train Your Dragon. So incredible.
Yeah.
I love it.
I honestly was like kind of surprised I made your list, but I have no problem with it. I think it's so good. I don't think it's better than Shrek. But...
I needed animation in there at least once because I love
animation.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. So what you said? What's that your favorite anime movie? You would say probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, it's not better than Shrek, but
Shrek's close.
Yeah. No, it's still really good. My number 4 is Inception.
Okay. Yeah.
It's so good.
It's very well written.
Just everything about it's well so done. Easily like it could be like really really confusing. Kind of like Tenet was, but it was a lot. I don't know. The first time I saw it, I was like 10 or 11. I understood it. I thought so.
I was definitely confused.
I mean, I don't blame people for being confused by it, but I think the good thing about it is if you are confused the first time, you can go back and rewatch it and you'll get it.
Makes more sense.
And like everything just fits together into place. And like even though it's a lot of like action and sci-fi and playing with time and things like that, there's still like an emotional core to it.
There's still connection to the characters.
Right.
And
which I think is like really, I mean,
an important part.
Yeah.
In that. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it's a good movie.
It's so
Yeah.
And the music in it is like I was playing the music the other
I was trying to edit our trailer and make it look all nice for you guys, and then this one over here was playing mashups of what was it?
It was the time song from Inception with Party Rock Anthem.
I was so frustrated. I was like, I'm gonna kill you.
And I know those of you listening are probably like, why would you waste your listen to it? It's like
it actually is.
It's like the end. It's like the end of the world, and people are just accepting their fate and like
partying to it. Yeah. This is like Y2K.
It's so good. Almost as okay. It's not as good as Inception, the song, but
it's so good.
Anyways, yeah, I love Inception. I think that's one of those two that I saw when I was really young and was like, this is crazy. Yeah. And like just the fact, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Oof.
Very good.
Oh, such a good cast. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good one. That's a good, really good spot.
And that is on Prime as well.
On Prime. Mm-hmm. All right. So we're now on to the top 3.
Yeah.
So
top 3.
So my third one is Good Will Hunting.
Ooh, 3.
I
forgot you loved that movie.
I love this movie
and
so much.
I need to rewatch it because I remember liking it when I saw it. I don't remember that much besides like Robin Williams and Matt Damon. I know he wrote it with Ben Affleck.
Yeah, they wrote it together. It's so good. Like the story is so powerful. The characters are well fleshed out. Like I just think that they did a really good job with it. I love it. It's a movie that you'll watch and then you'll like be really sad, but then also really happy by the end of it.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. It's such a good movie. The whole soundtrack is Elliott Smith, which is the cherry on top.
That's gotta be good.
It's so good. It goes so well with the tone of the movie and just everything about it.
Isn't it I can't do a Boston accent. I said Boston.
Boston accent.
Boston. Oh, okay.
It's so good. Robin Williams. I love Robin Williams.
That's the first time I saw him do something that wasn't straight up comedy, and he kills it.
He kills it.
Even though like he has a charm to him still that like fits his role really well.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's really good.
I don't have enough words to like describe how much I love
that one. I gotta give it another watch, and who knows, maybe we'll talk about it on here. Yeah. And that is on Stars. But yeah, it's a really good pick. I forgot you loved that movie. I remember like in high school I was like, give me some movies, and that was one of the first ones, like literally one of the top ones you gave me, and I get it. It's so good.
Yeah.
All right, that was number 3. Correcto?
Sí.
Oh, sorry. Okay. My number 3, I feel like you're going to think this is my number 1.
Okay.
It dropped to number 3, but it's still, I will have to say, like 1 to 3 is basically like tied, honestly. It was so hard to choose. But number 3 is La La Land.
That is surprising. I would think that was your number 1.
Number 1? Yeah. I really thought, because you were with me in high school when it came out.
You were obsessed with it. I mean, rightfully so. It's really good.
Yeah. And you were, oh my God. Were you also with me during that moment when it won Best Picture for like 20 seconds?
I remember. I think you had texted me, and like it was like a whole thing where you were like one after the other.
And
it was like a roller coaster.
I was like texting you like while the ceremony was going on, and I was like, because I was ready to celebrate. I was like, it's gonna win, no doubt. Like, and then all that craziness happened, and like Moonlight like really deserved it. It's so good, but. I was like,
it was a fun progression to see like that roller coaster of emotions you went through that day.
It was like the worst night of my life at the time. Like it was, oh my God.
Yeah.
But anyway, I saw it in the theater, and I remember like going like, oh, this is really good, really good. And then that last like 10 minutes hits, and I won't give it away if you haven't seen it. But the way it plays with your emotions is...
And I think because of the ending is what makes it such a good film. It's why I love it so much.
I think before the ending, it was still like above average, like really, really good. And then that ending, it was just
perfect.
Perfect.
I wouldn't change a thing.
And I will say, it's the same director, Damien Chazelle's Whiplash. And so if you've seen the ending, like the dude knows how to end a movie. And it's like...
You definitely does. It's really good.
But even like, take away the ending, I don't like musicals. I'm not like I've grown to appreciate them more, but it's not my genre. Mm-hmm. But this one's just like every musical number was just like on point. Even though obviously Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling are not the best singers in the world,
they still held up.
I think they're still competent enough to like perform the songs
and the dance numbers and everything. Yeah, like it was really well done. Also, it's just really pretty to watch.
It's so beautiful, that movie. Yeah,
it's so beautiful.
I was like, I don't know if LA really looks like that, but I want to go.
I've been to LA. It does not look like that. No offense to LA. I wasn't the biggest fan of it when I went, but watching La La Land, it's like I want to go there
just to like give it a second chance.
Yeah, give it a second chance. But I have a good idea that it's gonna be disappointing again. But still, that movie makes me want to see it.
That makes me nervous because I have not been to LA and I really want to go.
I'm sure you'll love it. You just got to find the right place.
I mean, I've heard like from everyone that's been, it's like, it's all right. It's not all that.
It's like when you first get there, you're just like, oh my God, I'm in LA. And then eventually.
You go around, you're like, oh my God, I'm in LA.
Yeah, you walk around, you're like, this is LA. So, just set your expectations at like definitely. Medium.
I mean, when the time is right, I want to make a trip out of it. Like, go see all the Hollywood stuff, go to a Laker game. Yeah. It's like one of my like top bucket list things. I'm like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
But yeah, if La La Land, if it looks like it does in La La Land, then I'm like, I'm living there. Yeah, it's so pretty.
Yeah, you're not gonna live there.
But just like kind of a similar theme like Whiplash, just like, people following their dreams and like what one may have to sacrifice to get it. I don't know.
I think it's well done. Well written.
So well done. So good. My Best Picture winner, La La Land. And that is on Cinemax. I don't know anyone who has Cinemax, but if you have it, it's on there.
All right. Good to know. All right. And final
top two.
Jesus. Okay. Our number 2. Okay, so my number 2, very excited about this one. Just like, I feel
like I'm not ready for your top 2.
No, I know you are. I don't know. You might have it. Maybe. I don't.
I have okay. Sure. I have 2 movies in mind, but I don't think they're it.
Okay. My second is Kingsman.
No, that was not on
there. That was not in? Okay.
But I get it. You were talking about the first Kingsman, right?
The first Kingsman, okay. Yeah. I love it so much. Again, this is another example of a good action sequence that is like, it's timed out well.
Oh my God, that scene in the church.
I literally wrote it down in my notes. The church scene is my favorite piece of cinema ever.
It's so good.
It is so incredible. Like, it was just, it was so good. It was so good. I just, everything about it.
It's so good.
The storyline. Spies. I've always wanted to be
a spy. Did that start your love of Taron Egerton too? I mean, that was like his first like big role. You know?
No, it was Eddie the Eagle.
Eddie the Eagle came out after.
Yeah, but I hadn't seen it. You're the one who showed me Kingsman.
I showed you Kingsman in high school because the second one was about to come out. And I was like, I feel like you'd like this.
Yeah, so I had seen Eddie the Eagle first, and then I hadn't watched it because at the time I was like, it's rated R and I'm a baby. Mm-hmm. And eventually I was like, oh, I'm an adult. I could watch this.
I feel like that's like the perfect. I mean, that church scene really. If you weren't ready for like R-rated like action, that's like.
No, it wasn't the action that was the problem. Oh, let's think back to like the end. The very end of the movie. Yeah. And I love gore. Gore, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So that whole action scene with the church is incredible. It's so good. And Taron Egerton, Colin Firth, the 2 most beautiful men to ever exist ever.
I love their relationship.
And their like connection, their chemistry with it is so good.
Yeah.
And also the villains, I get it.
Oh my, I forgot Sam Jackson was in it.
So here's the thing with it, with like the villains. It's like you like to see like older movies, you have the kooky villain, you know?
Yeah.
But like their plan is always like weak. In this, and then like now, this day and age, we often see like the more serious villain. But, and like, yeah, like their plans will sometimes work. Sometimes they're not the strongest. But with this one, their method may not be the best method, but their reasoning,
to say the least,
yeah, like their reasoning behind it is like understandable, but they still have that like goofy, kooky aspect that you would see in the older movies.
Especially Sam Jackson with his lisp.
With it, yeah, exactly, and like the whole scene with like the McDonald's thing and like everything about they're so funny. The villains in it, I think they do villains really well. The first and the second one.
Oh, who was the villain? So Julianne Moore was the second.
Yeah,
one, right?
She played Poppy, like the drug lord.
With that diner.
Yeah, with the diner, the whole 50s thing, and then Elton John. It was incredible.
I forgot how ridiculous he was in that, but it was so good.
It was so good. And it's funny, and it has action, and I just love it. It's so good.
And then I know The King's Man, this like a prequel of sorts.
It's like the prequel
spin-off kind of thing, but they delayed it so many times because of COVID and stuff. But I think they just pushed it to like October of this year. It's been moved, like it was supposed to come out like 2 years ago.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm not super excited for it.
Do you think you'd be more excited if it was like the same cast, like the main cast? If it wasn't different characters?
I think that might be my problem, is that it's doesn't have the cast.
Oh, December. Yeah, it's coming out December this year.
It could go on my birthday.
It comes out the day.
Oh, the 22nd comes out the day after my birthday.
That's so cool. Cool. Yeah, it was supposed to come out November 2019, February 2020, September 2020, February 2021. And then it moved up 2 weeks, and then moved to March 2021, then August 2021, and now it's December 2021. Which I think that one will stick because of the way theaters are looking.
Yeah, the way it's looking,
I think it'll be good. So finally, yeah, we can go for that on your birthday. That'd be a good one. Yeah. All right, and it is streaming on FX now as well. So if y'all have not seen Kingdom, it's such a good like spy action.
It's very good,
very stylized, but like so much fun.
Also, but it's R-rated, so you have can't be a child.
You can't if you're. Exactly. That's your number 2?
That's my number 2.
Okay. My number 2.
Getting near the end. Ooh.
Blade Runner 2049, which I will openly admit, I think that's the one on my list that like you're either gonna like really like it or like not get it. Not get it like it's. But I mean like you won't.
You're not cool. You don't get it. You don't understand.
No. I just mean like. I want to make sure I word this right. Like, you're just not gonna like care for it. You know what I mean?
It's you have to be into movies, like.
It's not a casual.
Yeah, it's not a casual viewing thing. Yeah.
I showed it to my dad, and he was like, "Where's the like?" It ended, and he was like, "Where's the action?" I'm like,
"Yeah, you need to go in understanding like what's about to go down."
And I mean, I will say, I think it definitely helps if you watch the first one first, which. I think I saw right before this came out in theaters, and I mean I remember liking it, but I wasn't like too crazy about it. Then I saw this one in theaters, and like I remember thinking like, oh my god, it looks so good. It's like beautiful. I'm like, I really like it. I don't know if it's gonna stick, and it just kind of like I just kept thinking about it and thinking about it like months later, and I saw it a second time. I was like, okay, this is so good.
It is good. Yeah. It's definitely a rewatch.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely. I mean, I've seen it like maybe 4 or 5 times, and there's still stuff in there. I'm like, I don't get why that's there.
Yeah,
like, there's like so much deep diving,
so much that you can go into it about.
Right.
Definitely, yeah.
And I just think in terms of like sci-fi, it's just so good, and just like, I mean, it's very philosophical, which is what I love about it. Just like how it talks about what makes us human.
Yeah.
Like even, I don't know, like even like Ryan Gosling, like even though, like he's a replicant, but it's like. There's still so much about him trying to find his identity that like I connected with. So it's just
it's an interesting premise overall. Like I really like it.
And it's honestly like one of the most beautiful like movies ever.
It is, yeah.
It's so and the music, yeah. Anyway, I think it's great, and I think that's the one the most that I always want to go rewatch and see like what more I can understand because there's so much there. Yeah, but I love it, and that one's on HBO Max as well.
All right. Okay.
But if you have not seen it, I honestly would probably recommend watching the first one just so you can go into this new one with some more context behind it. But I think you can still watch it and get a lot out of it.
It stands on it.
But if you don't like it, don't get mad because I'm warning you. It's not for everyone.
Again, we put the warning out. And
this is yes. And also, once again, 2 idiots.
You know nothing about movies.
We just talking about movies here.
And you're going to really have to remember that for my number one.
Oh, God. Is your number one what I think your number one's gonna be? Please, no.
Actually, can you guess? Can you take a guess at what you think it might be?
Band Slam. Yeah. No!
My number one is Band Slam. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, what is that? I've never heard of that before. And yeah, it's not a good movie.
Then why is it your number one?
Because I don't know what it is about. Okay, actually, I do know what it is.
I was like, you better know what it is.
I have a thing.
It's your number one.
Yeah, I have a thing where, for example, Lemonade Mouth, which was on my honorable mention.
See that? I think I think Lemonade Mouth's better than this.
Give me a storyline about a ragtag group of teenagers who have a love of music and form a band and defeat the bad band. It's
okay. So why not talk about School of Rock?
Damn, that's a good one. I didn't think about that one.
You're like another honorable mention.
Just another honorable mention. I love Jack Black, but okay. Band Slam for me, growing up, because this movie came out in 2009, so I was 9 years old, and I watched this movie and I instantly fell in love with it because I have a big love of movies and music, and so if you put a movie that has music, I'm gonna love it.
I've noticed. I mean, I would say same for me, but you've definitely touched on this more. Like a lot of the common things you like about the movies on this list is the soundtrack, is the music.
If you give me a good soundtrack,
I would say the same thing with mine. Yeah. I feel like yours is more soundtrack and mine's more score.
It's yeah. I mean, I love listening to the score too, but soundtrack is a big thing for me.
For sure,
and a lot of these are original songs. Some of them are covers. But I love this movie so much. Again, it's not good. It's cheesy. It's like the storyline is like it's been done a million times before. But I love it. And I love Vanessa Hudgens' character, Sam. It's spelled SA5M. So it's Sam, the 5 is silent. And being a 9-year-old and seeing her, she was like cool and edgy. And I was like, I need to be her.
I will say this. I like Band Slam because after you like told, I remember I watched it when it came out like as a kid, and then I rewatched it because you told me to.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. That 5 in the thing, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
It's so ridiculous.
I don't like. There's no point to it.
But there was a point in my life where I just like I was trying so hard to figure out what letter would go well in my name. None of them did. Martha's a really stupid name. It's long and
I had always wanted to ask you if you like your name.
No, I don't. But the thing is I have a nickname that I could have gone by.
Nikki?
Yeah, because my whole family calls me Nikki. But I like got to kindergarten and my mom was like, her name is Martha, but we call her Nikki. Call her Nikki. And she was like, got it. Hi, Martha.
It just stuck from there.
And it stuck because then I went to school with everyone in elementary school to middle school, and then from middle school to high school. I went to college in the same city.
I mean, I think we're in the age now where people feel much more open to reinventing their
identities.
Right.
Yes.
Change it completely, sure.
Yeah. I'm
So why, I mean, it's not too late now.
I'm gonna steal someone else's identity. I think that's the best. I'm gonna be Sam now that I can.
But with the 5.
Yeah. And I remember I was like, okay, that's really cool. I was like taking notes on what she would do. I was like drinking Coke with a Twizzler. Got it. And then I would do that.
Ew,
and I was 9. I was impressionable. Okay. I love the movie so much. Again, it's not good, but it's a lovable movie. Also, David Bowie makes an appearance in it.
Oh, he does, right?
Because the whole movie, he like talks. They bring up David Bowie a lot with his emails to him because he's.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
And okay, the main character's storyline is actually really interesting.
Yeah, I like.
It's very interesting, and hers too. Ali Machaka, she has a really good, interesting story too.
Oh, Charlotte.
Vanessa Hudgens is there just to be pretty and be edgy,
right?
But I think it's not the best, but it's great. I hate that people who liked Band Slam also liked Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
I was literally, listen.
No.
I think we looked at that at the same time. It popped up on my computer that Nick and Nora is like a commonly liked movie as Band Slam. I just now asked myself, why is that not on your list? I'm surprised it's not there.
It should be honorable mention.
Okay, I'm really glad because you showed that to me and I did not understand why you like. I think the movie's not good.
I set it up. I said this is a stupid movie, but it's a fun watch.
It was not a fun watch,
it's a fun watch for like a one-time
for
thing.
You. It was,
but like never see it again.
I thought it was so annoying.
It is, and that's what makes it fun.
It's not though. That's what it is. You and I have a different interpretation of the word fun.
This is because sometimes I want to watch a mindless movie. I don't want
But it's not mindless because the more annoying they are, I can't get my mind off of it.
Oh, I just block it out.
How? Oh, you block me out.
Yeah. Okay, I've had lots of training.
Actually, that makes sense. There, I give you like how many years of training now?
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5? Yeah. Okay. Good point.
Yeah. So that's
Anywho, back to Band Slam, but
yeah, that's my number one.
Okay.
It's the movie that I've always considered it my favorite movie, and I know it's bad, but it's never gonna move.
I literally I just wanted it. Like it was always in my head. I was like, please do not make it there.
And I knew you were gonna think that it was gonna be the first, and that's why I was like, maybe it doesn't deserve a first place spot, but in my heart,
that's true. I'm glad you put it there. I wanted you to really be like honest about. Don't like put whatever you think other people.
Yeah.
This is your list.
This is my list. That's yours. Back off.
I still think it's stupid, but it's your list. I was gonna ask you real quick, what do you think of Vanessa Hudgens today?
She's made some interesting points.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best points.
I was gonna ask Marie, what did she say again on TikTok or whatever?
She just said something about COVID.
She was like, people are
gonna die anyway. Like what? Like it's inevitable.
It's inevitable.
Inevitably,
Aww,
like people are gonna.
It's been a while.
Like people are gonna die. And it's like.
Yeah. So she,
I liked you till now.
Let's blame it on the fact that she was a child star.
Like this? Oh.
Because
wait, what do you mean?
She started acting while she was young.
So you're saying we should cut child stars slack for being stupid today?
Yeah.
I mean,
let's look at the list of them and like tell me that they're
I would do it now, but I think we're
we don't have time.
We don't have time for that today, but I'm interested. I'm interested in exploring that in a future episode for sure because
I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay,
child stars they're not the most reliable.
They're not the brightest. Yeah. Okay, all right. So that is your number. Oh, it is streaming on Amazon Prime too. So for all of those, I feel like this is the one that like probably
no one has seen.
The least people have seen. Yeah. So honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this. I would give it a watch too. I think I'll find something there. Yeah.
And that's a win in my book.
As I had a feeling if I didn't say that, I would have been kicked off the set.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My number one. I don't know if you've seen this. It's called Mad Max Fury Road.
I never saw it.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
This one, honestly, like I said, like 1 to 3 was like a tie, but this one like was like my number one just because it was like this was like the one movie that I remember seeing in theaters and be like, how did they do that? Like it was just crazy. That was the one that really started my interest in everything. And I remember like my dad took me to see it And I think the day we went to go see it was sold out, so we went to go see like Tomorrowland or something. And then we were like, you know what? I know you want to see it. We'll come back in like 2 days, whatever. He picks me up like right after school, and we go straight there and we watch it. And it was like so insane, like what I was watching. I was like, I could not believe it. And like the more I've watched it, there's like so many little like things to pick up on. Like a lot of people say that don't like it as much are like, there's no plot, there's no story, no characters. It's like it's all there, but it's all visual.
Yeah.
Like there's not much dialogue at all, but literally like every detail of everything, like just the way the sets are designed and everything. There's so much storytelling in the
I've seen clips from it, like, and it looks really
crazy. It's like, a crazy movie.
Very detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see.
There's like so much detail, and you don't have to watch the other Mad Maxes. I remember I watched like 1 and 2 before I saw it.
I think that's why I didn't watch it, was because I didn't see the rest of them, and I was like, I feel like it's.
You don't have to at all.
Okay.
They really don't.
Okay, well then I'll watch it.
It's like it works as like a perfectly. It's first of all because the other ones are like Mel Gibson playing him, and like, I mean, the story. I guess you can kind of connect it if you really want to, but you don't really need to.
Yeah, but you don't need to.
And then Charlize Theron in this is so. Oh my god, she's so badass. And like all the girls too. There's like other female actresses in this that are like Zoe Kravitz is in it, and like I cannot remember them, but they're all so good. And it just felt like not in like you don't remember that scene in Endgame where they're at the ending fight where all the girls like band up
forced feminism.
Like that is not this. Like all these women are like strong and independent on their own.
And they didn't have to be written in and like
right,
last minute.
But they weren't even written in like that way. Like they were just written in as just strong characters just on their own.
They were, yeah.
But, like, and basically, it's just everyone in this movie is just fighting for survival. That's really it. So it's just, I don't know. I just think it's so cool, and like it's really what just started my interest in like movies in general. Just like how like what goes behind it all. So that's why it has the most special place in my heart, I guess, to all of it.
So this tells me why. Okay, so Band Slam started my interest in movies, and Mad Max started yours. So this explains our list.
It does, yeah. I don't really. I mean, I still don't know how Band Slam started it for you.
Yeah. Actually, okay. So while you were talking, I kind of had like a light bulb moment. It was a movie that I can't believe I forgot to add. And it's not on my like top 10 list, but it's definitely on your mentions.
Okay.
The Lego Movie.
Oh, yeah.
I love them so much. All of them.
Oh, no. I just cut off at one.
So here's the thing. Lego Ninjago is my favorite one.
Stop.
And no one likes it. And I don't know why. I think that was the funniest. That's another movie that me and my brother quote on the daily.
It made the least amount of money for a reason.
Yeah. I don't get it. It's so good. Okay, but like, honestly, like, simply put, like, the animation is so incredible. Their attention to details. Like, if you just, like, paused it on any frame, there's so much going on. And everything makes sense. And I love it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can definitely, I'll agree with you on the first Lego movie, but the rest, I mean, I like them. Too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Ninjago. I've seen Batman in the second one, but the first one's like.
That one's really funny.
Yeah.
Like,
they're funny.
all the jokes land. They're just so good.
My only worry is because I don't think the second one did as well financially that I don't see them making another one anytime soon.
The second one was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite.
I thought it was fun, but yeah.
It's fun. It's fun.
Anyways. So that's our list.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we made it.
Yeah, like 6 hours later.
Yeah. So this definitely went on a lot longer than anticipated, but hey, if you're looking for some meaty content, I mean, here we go.
We have like an hour drive, hour and a half.
Yeah.
What are we at?
If you want to travel during COVID but don't want to fly, there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that will pretty much wrap up our episode today.
Yeah, so now you know a little bit more about us and
our tastes.
I apologize. So, yeah.
Also, too, I would like to say Martha came very, very prepared with her notes and stuff. So, if her reasons for liking what she did were a lot more established than mine, that's why. I will definitely do more of my research in the future. But
yeah, come on.
But she's just an example, which is really good, and we're just really glad to be starting this finally. And this was like a long,
it was a long time coming.
Glad that we're finally here, and no, it feels good.
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to our podcast!
Oh yes, yeah. That's part of why I wanted to wait till today was to make it easy to remember when we started. No, but it feels really good, and
I'm glad excited we're doing for the future of our podcast.
And speaking about the future. Our next movie, the first movie we're going to talk about officially on our podcast for our second episode is
Knives Out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, make sure you watch it for the podcast.
Yes, it is streaming.
We'll be spoiling.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be 100% spoiler filled. We're gonna deep dive into everything. So if you have not seen it, it is on Amazon Prime.
Definitely recommend watching it. It's very good.
We're gonna talk about why we love it so much on the next episode.
Yeah.
So without further ado,
that is it for our first episode of our podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening in. Again, we will be releasing every Tuesday.
Yes.
So that's about it. Thank you again for joining us. We are In a Wider Screen podcast.
And
that's it.
That's it.
Bye.
Bye.